Welcome to the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you for joining us here tonight on the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie. And tonight I am really excited to share some live music with you from Miss Layne Elizabeth. Thank you so much for being here, Layne. I'm so glad to have you, and I am so excited for you to perform tonight. I absolutely love your music, so thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to. I just had a new single drop on iTunes,
Yay.
so this is perfect timing. It's called Third Wheel. Go check it out if you haven't already.
And she's going to be performing live, so you guys stay with us tonight. I just got a little sneak peek preview in the before the show, and I can't wait to share your music with everybody. And I know people have heard you before, but I have you here tonight, and we're going to get to know you a little bit. So before we go into getting to know you, I want to go ahead and open up with a song. What are you going to play for us?
Okay, I'll probably open up with the one I just mentioned, Third Wheel, since that's the one I just released, and
Get to hear it here.
Let me tell you a quick story about.
Definitely.
So I used to be in a band called The Backup Plan, and we actually were on Denton Radio before. You can go watch that interview. It's floating around here somewhere. And the other two members, there were three of us, they started dating. So I wrote this song called Third Wheel, and I actually wrote it right in front of them while they were sitting on my couch together. And
very inspired.
Yeah, they've heard it now, but yeah.
That is so funny.
So
Okay,
that's the
well, I
story.
want to hear that.
Okay. I'm always at the end of the couch. When the sidewalk ends, I'll be back by myself. I'm at this party 'cause they brought me here to drive, but I guess I'll try to have a good time. And I don't mind 'cause I'm almost in the circle. So I tell myself there isn't enough room. This bike works just fine on its own, so I'll just help you get back home. The third wheel, third wheel. I never understand the inside jokes, but I'll just laugh along 'cause that's just how I cope. I'm on this roller coaster next to an empty seat. They're riding all the highs, but it's just feeling low to me. And I don't mind 'cause I'm almost in the circle. So I tell myself there isn't enough room. This bike works just fine on its own, so I'll just help you get back home. The third wheel, third wheel. I'm just rolling along for someone else's ride. But if you ever need me, I'll be right here on the side. 'Cause this bike works just fine on its own, so I'll just help you get back home. The third wheel, third wheel. Oh, this bike works just fine on its own, so I'll just help you get back home. The third wheel, third wheel.
Woo! Thank you so much. That is awesome. And I know plenty of people can relate to that song. I'm like, yeah, I've had a few instances where I felt like a third wheel to some friends and whatnot, but we get through it. And that's an awesome interpretation of that whole experience.
Thank you.
So let's talk about how you got into music. I know that you had family ties into the music, and tell me what it's like in your family. I mean, honestly, what is it like to be in a family where music is just a constant?
Well, my mom is a songwriter, and she also plays guitar, and so I've always, she used to write songs, all the time about our life and things that were happening.
Nice.
She even wrote a song about me.
Aww.
So I got to hear all those, and I just have writing in my blood, I guess.
You do, if you're
And
doing it that early.
My sister plays the drums,
Very
and
cool.
that is a skill that I don't have. I have bad rhythm.
Do you really?
Yeah. I did not inherit that part of the music.
No, we're going to have the whole family on the show.
And then my brother used to play the piano, and he still does a little bit. And then my dad doesn't really do anything. He can play the shaker. That's
He's the supporter.
Yeah.
He drives the band.
He's got the marketing mind.
There
so
you
that's
go.
where-
There you go. That's awesome because we have all of them in the studio today. So it's very neat to have everybody watching from outside of the fishbowl. So that's pretty cool. And so what is it like growing up hearing your mom's songs? Did you ever sing with her? I'm imagining all of y'all just chime in at, at any given time, or was it
feel
always
like
more?
When I was little, I probably did, but I used to have like stage fright, and I never wanted to sing or
Really?
do anything in front of my family. Like, this is very new. Like,
Really?
even I used to have stage fright like a year and a half,
How
2
did you
years
get
ago.
over? How did you get over that?
Well, so one of my friends, Brittany Belt, she's also a musician that is around here, in the Denton area. She invited me. She knew my old piano teacher,
Okay.
and so she knew that I could sing and like play guitar and piano. So she invited me to play at a show down in Dallas at the Prophet Bar.
Oh yeah.
And for some reason, I was just like, sure, I'll do it. And I got up there, and my stage fright went away instantly, and I just kind of knew this is what I wanted. I want to do more things like this, and I started playing shows everywhere.
That's awesome. You were just bit, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was over at that point. You knew the direction you were going in.
Yeah.
So you actually write your songs.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the inspiration behind? I mean, because you have written quite a few songs, many songs. So it's like over 60 some songs.
Yeah, I don't perform all of them. Like, I've only performed about 30 or so
That's
of them.
still a
Yeah.
big list of songs. So where does your inspiration come? I mean, I know that a lot of it is from experiences. I think I saw something about you saying you draw from other people's experiences too and songwrite from that. So
Yeah, definitely. I write about people I know a lot. That's
Do
like
you?
an easy one for me. Just experiences like that I've gone through, or even like my opinions on certain things, like I'll write about, and just
Yeah.
other people's experiences, like you said.
So what is one of your most favorite songs that doesn't get played, and what is it about?
I think it's called 7 Billion Faces, I think, is my favorite, and I don't play it that often because it's slower,
Mhm.
but I love it a lot. And yeah, I don't know what it is about it I like, but it's just like I wrote it because I just had this random realization. Like, I came home from Target, and I was thinking, like, all these strangers that I'm seeing, like, have completely different lives, and like it's just weird, like, thinking about how someone else, like, you've only seen your perspective of the world. So I decided to write a song about it.
That's a
and-
pretty interesting perspective to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just never know how many experiences, good or bad or in between, are passing you by, and we kind of have this little facade that we have in public or whatnot, and it's just amazing to know the stories behind everyone.
Yeah.
So I love to write as well. I have a poetry group, so I relate to the writing part, and it's so much fun to be able to pull out those experiences from people or from yourself, your own experiences or a memory, whether it be funny or sad or whatever the case may be. So I'm so glad that you're sharing your music and you're writing at such an early age, which is amazing, and that you have the influences that you have. And so do you guys ever play together?
Not really, actually. Like, my brother and sister aren't like as into music as I am. My mom is, though. So I know she used to like try and get the family to play together, but nobody ever wanted to.
Is that like mom's
Everyone's
dream?
Like, yeah.
Yes.
There's like a YouTube video floating around the internet somewhere of
I'm
all
gonna
of
have
us
to
playing.
find that.
And like, me and my brother and sister look so miserable in the video. Like, we don't want to be in this.
So it was kind of
But
like,
it was fun.
yeah. Now that you think about it, you laugh about those things, but
Yeah.
you're right. It's pretty painful at the moment. I remember my mom and dad would make us, okay, everybody sit on the couch, and we're like, what? Sit on the couch? We're doing our stuff. Yeah, no, I
But
can imagine.
Now the other day, like just a couple weeks ago, we had some friends over that were musicians, and we all started playing together, like with my mom, and I don't know, my sister might have been playing. I don't remember if she was there. But so, yeah, now I'm more willing to, like, play with my family now that I've gotten over that stage fright.
Yeah, it's very real. I used to take voice classes and I used to do choir and stuff. I couldn't get over my stage fright at all. Now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't care. I just want to have fun at karaoke, you know? So it doesn't matter. But it's so weird because my mom used to always sing. So I was very conscious of her because she had such a beautiful voice. And so I never wanted to sing in front of her for that reason because I'm like, Mom's listening. So I can imagine the stage fright just would take over. And I'm glad you're over it because now you're sharing with everybody. So what's it like to have, you know, you're in school and then you have this basically your music business and your career in front of you. So how do you balance all of that?
Well, luckily the school I go to, I actually only go 3 days a week.
Oh, very nice.
So if I can get my work done pretty early on the off days, and then I have a lot more time to do things. And just like on the weekends, like when I don't have school, I'll go like drive to Dallas to go play somewhere, and I've surprisingly been able to manage it all.
Nice, because it is a hectic schedule. We were just talking about managing social media, and that is crazy, believe it or not. And people can relate to that. I think everybody can relate to that. So I know that your career is now taking a forefront, and, you know, just social media in and of itself is just a hefty task, let alone writing and all that. So do you have helpers? Do you have people to help you with that?
Oh, yeah, definitely. My mom is like always helping. Hey, you could post this today. And I have ADD, like really bad. So she'll tell me something and I'll forget it like as soon as I walk away, and I won't do it. So she's always like reminding me like, hey, you should promote this. Like, will you still have the chance? And yeah.
Definitely. I know because I'm really bad about it too. So I need to get on top of that one too. So I am so glad that you're going to be performing hopefully 2 other songs tonight. So I want to kind of go into the second song. And what is this song going to be about?
You know, since I talked about it, I'll do 7 Billion Faces because it is one of my favorites.
There you go. Thank you.
Katie's got it all together and the world just seems to answer all her prayers. But only she knows about the tear stains hidden behind the makeup that she wears. Oh, you never know if someone's shoe will fit you until you try them on. But sometimes you open up the box just to find it's labeled wrong. Oh, I'm the star of a movie that nobody's seen, and she's a hero of a book that no one will read. Oh, there's 7 billion faces with 7 billion songs you never heard, a masterpiece for someone, yet for me they're worth a single word, and they're the stars of a movie that nobody's seen. Me and Katie point and laugh about that funny guy dancing in the square. And I wonder how somebody could do something like that and not even care. But only he knows, because I'm the star of a movie that nobody's seen. And he's the hero of a book that no one will read. Oh, there's 7 billion faces with 7 billion songs you never heard, a masterpiece for someone, yet for me they're worth a single word, and they're the stars of a movie that nobody's seen. never heard. A masterpiece for someone, yet for me they're worth a single word in there. The stars of a movie that nobody's seen.
That's amazing. You're
Thank
going to make
you.
me cry. I already said she was going to make me cry, and I'm trying real hard not to. And that song is amazing. So
Thank you.
I cannot wait for people to just, hey, have you heard that song? Because that is a very, very interesting perspective. And yeah, let's move on to the next subject because I'll start crying. So let's talk about something else. Let's talk about your shows, because you're going to be performing, having 2 shows coming up, recent or real soon. What are those shows?
Well, I have one at the Dallas Farmers Market, and that's on Saturday from like 2:30 to. I'm gonna be playing for 3 hours.
Really?
Of all original music.
Very cool. You guys, if you guys get a chance to go out there to Dallas, y'all need to go see her, because she's not going to be in this town very long. I guarantee you that. She's going to be taking off and doing big stuff, because you have an amazing voice and amazing talent. And
Thank you.
I just cannot wait to see where else you end up with this music. So where else is the other one?
And then I also have one at Wine Squared, right here in the square on Thursday.
Yay, I love that place, Wine Squared. They also do the Lost Poet Lounge there too. So I love being there with them, with all of them. That'll be cool. And that's when again?
It's on Thursday, and I'm not sure what time, but I'll have it posted on my Instagram and Facebook if you want to check it out.
Yes, please check it out and share it with us, because I'm going to be sharing it too. So we'll probably post that on the Denton Vibe. Make me do that, because
Okay.
I'm so bad about posting stuff on the Denton Vibe page on Facebook, and then we'll share that with you guys. So as far as your future, your near future coming up, because I know this is going to take off. This is taking off for you, and it's going to be really rapid for you as far as the growth as an artist, the growth of your music and everything. So what is your goal, your ultimate goal? Because some people, they're like, I don't want to be famous, I don't want to do that, and other people are like, I want to get out of here. So what is your direction?
Well, I really like performing on big stages. Like, that's my main goal.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be really nice and awesome to get signed to a record label. But I just really just want to keep doing what I'm doing for as long as I can, because I just love performing. That's
And
all
you
I wanna
perform guitar, and you perform piano.
do.
And what else do you perform? Because I know I heard a few other instruments.
Sometimes I do the harmonica. But I'll do ukulele rarely. I've played banjo before with like the band I had. But mainly I play guitar, and piano is actually my main instrument.
Really?
I just capo everything on the guitar, and people are like, "Wow, you're so good." And I'm like, "Let me tell you a little secret."
But that's a lot to be, have under your belt. So you've got versatility in a lot of areas, but your voice obviously is the strongest instrument you have. So your guitar and piano, I've heard too on your videos and stuff. So what is it like to be her friend, you guys? Because I would be like, hey, come over. Can y'all come over? All of y'all. I would seriously be like, no, there's just going to be me and you. And then I'd have like 12 friends. I'd be like, everybody sit down. I got popcorn.
My friends have actually made me perform for
Have
like
they
their
really?
other friends. Yeah, I have a friend, and we go to different schools, so she'll invite me over, and then she'll have all her friends from her other school, and she'll tell them that I'm famous, and I'm like,
you are.
No.
You are. You're on your way. You're Denton famous. Hey, this is Denton. Oh, we've got comments we need to read. Hold on. I always forget to read these because I'm always facing this way. So we've got several comments. My girl, XOXO, Amanda Dom Service. Layne, you have grown into such a beautiful woman. Proud of you girls. Amazing family. Your dad knows talent.
Thank you.
There you go. And Uriah Stone, do you have any plans to release new music in 2018? She just released a song.
Yeah.
Is that come with an album or a full album or just a song?
It's just a single right now.
Okay.
But yesterday, I will tell you that I did make a list of songs that I would be interested in putting on an album, and so just keep an eye out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How soon would that be happening?
I'm not exactly sure. Probably not probably maybe later in 2018
Okay.
or
Let me know so we can have you back on the show.
or maybe even 2019. I don't know, but
2018.
okay.
And then are there any other artists you would love to collaborate with in upcoming future musical performances?
Like Denton artists?
How about both Denton and beyond?
Because I used to do the open mic nights at LSA all the time, and there's this band that played there called Plato's Theory, and they were like, have you seen them?
Yes,
They're
I have.
the sisters, and they've got like the cello and like violin. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And I think it would be awesome to collaborate with them.
I think somebody in here knows them, don't we? So yeah, that would be awesome. I've actually heard them before, and that might be a good fix to collaborate. What about beyond?
Shawn Mendes would be awesome. But yeah, all the people I listen to are kind of obscure like artists that I found on like Pandora or Spotify.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like I could just list off a bunch of random names that no one would recognize that I'd love to collaborate with. But one of my favorite artists his name is Jake Scott, and he's like a really small artist, but he's been getting bigger recently, and I actually met him.
Did you really?
And so he actually is a fan of my music now, which I think is so awesome because I was like a fan of him before.
That's really cool.
So yeah, he would be cool to collaborate with.
There you go. You guys are connected already, so it's going to happen if you wanted to.
Possibly, yeah.
I think so. So you were talking about Shawn Mendes, and I know a lot of people like Shawn Mendes. And who else? Who else do you listen to? If we were to go into your Spotify, who do you have outside of your genre of what you play?
Outside of my genre?
Yeah.
The 1975. Which I think that would be really interesting to combine like my folky style with that kind of indie music. And then there's another band called the band Camino that's really similar to them.
I'm gonna have to go check these
They're
these
good.
bands out
I
now
love
because
them.
I haven't heard of them. But then again, a lot of the stuff I listen to, like nobody knows who they are.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's okay. I love
They're
it.
like an indie rock pop band.
Oh, nice.
They're like a really weird sound, and it's so different from my music. And I actually, whenever I was like thinking about what I would want on my album and how I'd want to produce each songs, definitely my style is more folky. But I was saying like I kind of want to pull those like indie elements in there somehow. Like the genre I'm thinking of is like the music that would play in the background of like a GoPro montage. I like that kind of stuff.
I understand because it's the setting to what a lot of movies are set to, or what now social media being so influential. We're like, dude, that's a great song. Shazam it. You know, and we Shazam songs all the time. I mean, I've got stuff on there that I've heard in little clips, just like you said. So it's interesting to see that you play a specific type of sound and that you're wanting to pull another vibe into your, into your whole mantra of music, basically. So that's pretty cool. I like that, that you're wanting to step out of your own your boundaries and try new things. So what do you see being the biggest challenge for you musically?
I think a lot of it is like more of the marketing side of it, because like that stuff is really difficult, and I mean the music stuff comes pretty easy for me, but like all the like business side of it,
behind the scenes stuff,
that's a lot harder, and a lot of it is timing too, and things that I can't really control. And it's just that takes a lot of work in maintenance, I feel like. And it's an ongoing thing. It's always going to be a great musician, but like if you don't do anything with that and like don't promote it at all, like no one's gonna know who you are, and it's not gonna take you anywhere, and it takes a lot of work on that side of things. Yeah, it does, and it is a commitment. That's the whole other side that a lot of people think, oh, she's just gonna be on stage. No, it takes a lot of work to get up there. It takes a lot of little factors to get a show going, even though it may not be your venue. You don't have to worry about certain elements, but you got to make sure there's people there. You got to make sure you advertise and all that stuff. But luckily my parents helped me with that a lot, because they actually like used to own an ad agency.
So it comes natural to them.
They know a little bit about
They have the music side
yeah.
and that side, so that's pretty amazing. You have a really good team behind you. So what do you have to say to all of the young musicians out there? I'm so happy that you're on here. You're my youngest guest so far. So I'm really proud of you for being here and sharing your music with me, and I'm proud to share it with everybody else. But what do you have for advice for people that are your age and want to, you know, break into the music scene and have talent and are afraid?
Well, I used to have stage fright, so I would say just do it and don't care what other people think, like, because I was, like, so nervous, and I knew that I, like, wasn't at least decent or, like, but yeah, nothing bad has ever come out of me stepping outside of my comfort zone in that area. It's always, like, good things have happened and more opportunities have come up.
Definitely.
And there's nothing really to be worried about, and people who judge you, like, that doesn't really matter, and just use it to be better and fuel you.
Nice. I like that. Great words of advice. So speaking of your stage fright, I do want to just, so many musicians do not move forward because of that, because they let the fear control the beauty of their talent pretty much. So did you ever feel like you had a beautiful, you obviously have a beautiful voice. Did you ever feel like there was something covering you and you're just like, I'm ready to get out?
Yeah, I guess whenever my friend had asked me to perform, I don't know what made me say yes, but I did, and I'm really glad I did, because I did really well, and it led to, like, so many new opportunities, and it just completely got rid of it in an instant. But
that's amazing. Okay, well, I'm going to let you go ahead and do your thing and play your last song for us tonight. I am so happy to have you here. So thank you for being here. Thank you guys for supporting her and sharing her with us, mom and dad and brothers and sisters, or brother and sisters, right? You have one sister, one brother?
yeah, I have one brother and one sister.
Okay. Well, thank you, family. Go ahead. Take it away.
Okay, well, this one is called Filter, and it's more of a funny song.
Okay.
So, yeah. I don't mean to be offensive, but people take offense. It's just that sometimes I can't stop the thoughts that run right through my head. So I apologize if you don't like what I've said, but it's probably true, just saying. My mama always said, don't say anything if you don't have something nice to say. And trust me, if I could, I would follow her advice instead of digging myself in this grave. I know I should stop talking, be a little more polite, even when your pants don't match your shirt. I'm sorry that I have no filter. I don't mean to be a jerk, but there's some things that you should know. I swear there's good intentions behind compassion I don't show. My only advice is to learn to let things go, 'cause it's probably true, just saying. My mama always said, don't say anything if you don't have something nice to say. And trust me, if I could, I would follow her advice instead of digging myself in this grave. I know I should stop talking, be a little more polite, even when your pants don't match your shirt. I'm sorry that I have no filter. Sometimes my mouth gets me into bad situations. Things start heading south. Oh, I wish I had a bit more hesitation. That's why my mama always said, don't
say anything if you don't have something nice to say. And trust me, if I could, I would follow her advice instead of digging myself in this grave. I know I should stop talking, be a little more polite, even when your pants don't match your shirt. I'm sorry that I have no filter. Oh, I'm sorry that I have no filter.
Thank you. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie on DentonRadio.com, and thanks, Layne Elizabeth.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.